life, guess what? We are at our final new arrivals, and today we are representing Cabby Clothing in all of its glory because this is our final limited editions for the season. But I am hearing there may be a few hot drops coming, so stay tuned. Okay, Rebecca and I were so excited because, as you know, all season long, we have been dividing and conquering so that we get every single piece to show you guys. So we're each going to highlight 2 unique items, and then we're both going to show you an item that we both got this year. So we're really excited to give you all the nitty-gritty details about these Glacial Days new arrivals. Now remember, we are actually in our ordering period. So we have the 7th, it began on the 7th, and our ordering date ends on the 15th. So you need to get your orders into us by the 14th, no later than, I'm going to say 6 p.m. because it does take us some time to wrangle orders and get them all set. And we do not want you to miss out on those before they go public. So let me just remind you that our new arrivals are for you guys, our VIPs. This is one way that we really get to treat you for being loyal followers of us, supporters, because these get released to you before they go out to the public, before they're on our websites, and before they're on Cabby Tap. So these probably will sell out. You're also going to see some really good gift giving ideas. Now, if you like that blurred trend that we've been talking all season long, I'm just going to back up a little bit and show you this gorgeous Winsome pullover. It's completely embroidered. This is not an applique. So it goes all the way around. And the reason I tell you it's not an applique is that's really important when it comes to detail and pricing and how gorgeous this piece actually is. If you were to inside this out, the embroidery looks exactly the same from the inside out, which is so, so cool. So we have these bright, gorgeous colors that are going to go into the spring season so easily. And I want you to check out this cobalt blue because I'm going to step back and take you back to our last new arrivals where this cuddle crop was out and it is still available. So these are that really soft fabrication. I love them so much. I'm going to untuck my sweater so that you can see exactly how it fits. This is very true to size. It's a size small. Very fine woven knit sweater. So it is a sweater, but very, very fine, tight weave. And it is very, very true to size. Now, the price point on this is $199. And as I said, that is because everything is completely embroidered. We are not skipping a beat on anything in this sweater. Now, because I have this with a little bit wider leg, I just want to show you one quick little style tip. Also, I have this with a high-waisted trouser. So if you're wearing something, maybe a jean, you could front tuck it really easy. But I am going to take this sweater by about right here and bring the bottom up and just kind of tuck it underneath my bra line. And that is going to crop the sweater just a little bit and give me a little bit of coverage so that it balances out and brings my waistline up. So I'm not boxy on the bottom and boxy on the top. Remember, we want our proportions to go 2/3 in one direction. And so I did that here by layering, but I just want to do one more little clockwise spin before I turn it over to my BFF, Miss Rebecca, coming in hot from Kansas with her new arrival piece. Rebecca, what are you going to show us?
Oh my gosh, Amy, I am dying over here and so very jealous. That sweater is definitely at the top of my list. And gals, if you are wanting it, you better get your reserve request to us ASAP because I have a feeling it's going to be gone. And those culotte crop or whatever the name of cuddle up crops, I was not sure about those, and I really do wish that they were a full length for my height, but I am absolutely in love with those. They are a super cozy fabrication. Okay, all that being said, I am here in our novelty vest. Now, I am wearing this belted with our boss belt, and you can kind of see the silhouette that gives you. I do want to take this belt off, and then here, I guess I should have worn light colored jeans, but you can kind of see where the break of this is. It's going to be mid thigh to just above the knee, depending on your height. This piece is size extra small, small, and medium large. So there's two different sizes available in this piece. Now, I know everybody's going to think, oh, I can size down in this. And I'm going to caution you against that, because these armholes or shoulders, the shoulders are kind of a molded shoulder with almost a built-in cap type sleeve. And there are intentionally dropped armholes. So my armhole is down here. And I'm afraid if you size down, depending on your shoulders, it's going to start pulling on you. So I'm going to say stick with your normal size. If you are in the medium large range, generally get the medium large. If you order extra smalls or smalls, get to the extra small small. Okay, stay in your lane, ladies. Now, if you vacillate between like a medium and a small, and your shoulders are narrow, then err on the side of smaller. Okay, work with your stylist. She can get you the perfect fit, but this is designed to just kind of be a gently oversized piece. It has pockets. It's incredibly warm. It's a black and gray herringbone. And when I change here in a bit, I will actually bring this close to the camera so you can see the pattern through it. But it's got just kind of a fleece type feeling inside, and it is so snuggly. So here you are. It's just going to be on repeat over and over and over again for me this fall and winter, just for that extra little cozy layer, blanket, scarf, any sort of scarf, possibly the one I'm going to show you in just a minute. But Amy, what do you have for us next? I can't wait to see. Oh my gosh, these pieces are so incredible.
Rebecca and I are going to make this one pretty quick because we both have this very cool winter poncho. So I'm going to show it to you exactly how I have it, a little styled up, and then Rebecca's going to show you the true shape. So this is a medium, I would say a medium gauge sweater. It's not a super tight knit, but it's also not loose. It's going to hold its shape. The cabling on it is absolutely fantastic. So if you notice, I have an OB style belt with our lean leggings and just a simple wedge, and then just a great little, I wanted to put our layering classic tee underneath it so that you could see it next to the bright white. It's got a little bit of that winter white tone to it, but I did just simply belt the front and I wrapped it through the back so it creates a really nice waistline, and then I left the back open. This is something that you can throw on and go if maybe you want a little more coverage or you think it might be air conditioned where you're at. This is a great piece for you. I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca. She can give you pricing and all the rest of the details. Rebecca?
All right. Well, this little lady runs $159 price wise. It is one size fits all, so it is a fantastic gift giving option if you would like. Amy kind of mentioned the different cabling details, and I'll just hold that up so you can kind of see. But as you can see on me, it is just kind of a square silhouette. When it drapes, it creates these points, which are very slimming. And you can see that it also gives you kind of a high-low on in the middle to the outside. So really a sweet piece. There are no buttons under the arms. I know a lot of times when we do these ponchos, they do have button arms that kind of hold them together. This is not that. And I agree, it's kind of a medium weight. I'm just wearing it with a column of color so it can really highlight, show off itself. So I have our Serenity tee on in black coffee, as well as our brown cords, which are such a wonderful fall staple. But here she is. Nice throw on and go piece.
Well, I am back with our wrap pullover. Now, this is a very special piece. It's a little bit fun to play with and a lot of love and warmth. So this is a heavier gauge sweater. It's definitely warm. There's an acrylic mix in it rather than wool. So there's absolutely zero itch, but definitely the warmth is there. Now you can see that I actually took and added my own little brooch, and that's specifically so that I can have this draping and just hanging down with a pair of jeans and not worry about it falling off. I'm going to show you why I like the idea of a brooch here. This is for a little bit like dressier look. You could add any brooch you have, maybe a cute little flower, maybe a Christmas ornament if you're going to a party. Just a fun little attention to detail thing that you can do on your own. I've also let it kind of drape down around my arm, so I didn't bother pinning the whole thing because it is quite bulky. But you're going to see that this shawl comes off, and there's a couple different ways that we can do it. Now, before I forget, I did size down on this piece. So this is a size extra small. I typically wear a small, but I knew with this shawl, it might feel really bulky if I stayed in my size, but I was worried about it. So let me tell you, I was so relieved when I got it and realized that I had just the right fit. So do not size down unless you typically size down in a Serenity tee. That's like my basic guide. So if you don't size down in the Serenity tees, or if you're super busty, you are not going to want to size down in this, but I did and I'm fine. So I'm going to take this little brooch off if I can do it quickly, just so that you can see some fun little styling tips to see how this is worn. So now that I've got the brooch off, you can see that there's a whole lot of sweater going on right here. The first thing I'm going to say, oh, and now you can see how this is fitting under my arm. I'll also untuck this so that you can see sizing down. It still hits me at mid-hip. Now, the first thing I'm going to say is that this is kind of a novelty piece. If you think that this will absolutely drive you crazy, the first thing I'm going to say is this sweater may not be for you. It is so much fun, but I would rather you spend your money on a couple of the other pieces that may feel a little more functional to you. But if you really need that sweet piece that's very warm, this is going to be great. Also, the sleeve does go up, so you could wear a coat over this. That's a question that I've had asked. Now, a couple different ways you can wear this besides just draping it over your shoulder is you can actually pull this like a big scarf. You could do the brooch here and leave the scarf part on the side, so that way you're not worried about it draping from the back. You could actually, now I'm not doing this in front of a mirror, so you could tuck it down through the scarf. And another one is actually to make it more of a shawl around your shoulders. So instead of draping it all the way, you're going to kind of turn it more into a shawl, and then I would still pin it right there. Keeping in mind, I can't really see what it looks like, but I think it was really cute when I did this by myself in front of the mirror. So this does give you enough length that you really can play around with it. Makes for a really fun piece, even with our tuxedo legging or anything like that. Add some color and some bling with a brooch and have a lot of fun. I don't know if I mentioned the price point, but it is $184 and it's super warm. So there you go. And I'm going to turn it over to Rebecca for the best piece. Well, I have to say, the first sweater I wore in this scarf, it's a toss-up for me. But let me turn it over for some bright happiness before we take it off for the day.
That sweater you had on initially in this scarf. Well, I don't know. I'm really in love with this vest too. So top 3 favorites for me are those. Okay, well, I'm giving you a sneak peek of what I have on. I was going to be very stealthy about it. But if you remember this gal from, I think, a couple springs ago, this is the Rococo sweater. We also had what my clients referred to as the therapy bag, the Rococo tote, which is so soft and cuddly. And now we have the same gorgeous yarn in a scarf. And this scarf is truly perfection. It's got all the wonderful bright colors grounded with some black that's actually a chameleon because I'm wearing it with our brown, deep dark brown Serenity tee. But then it kind of pulls out more brown here. There's some marling in this yarn. This is the real side, but look at the back side. I think that it is equally as gorgeous if you wear it showing the reverse side as well. So let me take this off and you can see a little bit more. It is just a nice long thin scarf. It's in a warm snuggly kind of a light to mid-weight sweater material. So it is something that is just perfection. Put this on your wish list and grab a few for friends that you love, because you're definitely going to make the best friend list by gifting this piece. And it is $74. It's called the Rococo scarf, but oh yes. All right, I promised you that I would show an up close view of the novelty vest. And here it is. So you can see that it is black and gray herringbone. Again, fantastic piece. I'm going to just slip this right on because it's a little chilly. So here we go. All right. Well, as Amy said earlier, these are all very time sensitive, so make sure and get your reserve request to us now. We are recording this the first part of November, and the deadline is November 14th for these pieces for reserve request. Any remaining inventory will be released on our websites and Cabby Tap after our current clients have fulfilled their orders. We'll both have our Google Doc linked here, so check the description for that. And leave a comment and let us know what your favorite piece from this collection is and what you think is going to sell out. We can't wait to hear what your thoughts are. And we'll see you next week for another edition of Our Amplified Life. Thank you for being here with us, ladies.